local history, local culture, local events, your community. This is the Joe Kelly Show.
Hi there, everybody. Welcome to the show. Thanks for joining us. Brad Velarde is our guest. Brad is a partner in the Greater Utica magazine. It's a magazine that points out positive things about Utica's past and its present. And we're going to talk to Brad about all those things. But first, we're going to say welcome. Good to see you. Thanks for coming in.
Good to see you. As a writer of local history, it's an honor to be sitting here
Well,
with you today. So
that's
thanks
very
for the
nice of you to say.
opportunity.
Very nice of you to say. Greater Utica magazine. When did it start?
We published our first issue in December of 2014. So this December coming up will mark our 6th year.
Yeah. What gave? You're a partner in the company, yes?
Correct. Yep.
What gave you and your partners? Is it a family operation?
Yeah. My partners are my father, Dominic, and my brother, Nick. And it's sort of a long story, so I'll give you the Cliff Notes version of it. We were actually working together about a year prior to that on another print endeavor. It wasn't related in any way, no editorials or things like that, but the printer we were working with at the time, we had them send samples of the different things that they produced, and one of them was a magazine. It was produced somewhere outside of the area, and my dad had been managing a Facebook page at the time. It was called East Utica, and he used to publish a lot of historic photos and nostalgic things, and within about a year or two, he amassed a following of about 10,000 people on this page, and the reaction he was getting from people was amazing. And so he realized that there was actually a need for promoting local history in the area. And I used to get decent marks in college on my writing, and he had graphic design experience. My brother had sales experience, and so we kind of just decided to put all that together, and here we are.
Good for you. And it's a monthly magazine.
Correct. Yep, once a month.
And it's interesting. We'll talk about some of the articles that are in the paper and in the magazine and that are going to be in the magazine. But it's interesting, your distribution. You do it a couple different ways. One way is you have it out for people to pick up every month, correct?
Correct.
Yeah. Where do you do that?
Now our drop-off distribution is if you look through the magazine, the majority of our advertisers are drop-off locations. We also have them in most of the major grocery stores in the area, pretty much every Price Chopper from here to Rome. And then we have them in some Hannafords, Hannaford and Herkimer, Hannaford and Washington Mills, also in Clinton. So at major grocery stores, Union Station, basically any place where there's high traffic, we're willing to have them.
I know you have it in the bank because that's where I get my issue every
Right,
month
yes,
at
exactly.
Adirondack Bank.
There you go, yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
But then you also have an arrangement, Brad, where it gets mailed out.
Correct.
Talk about that.
Yeah, we have a certain segment of the distribution that's sent out through the mail, and it's still free to the viewer. We rotate that mailing schedule every month. We try to ensure that the same person doesn't get it in the mail twice throughout the year. We try to change up that circulation every month. And the reason for that is there's so many drop-off locations to pick it up for free that it's very easily accessible. But we want to make sure that as many new people get their eyes on the magazine as possible.
Yeah, and I look at and as a past owner of a newspaper, I look at your ads with jealousy. You've got quite a bit of advertising in there.
That's been probably the most surreal thing about the whole experience is the support from the local businesses that we've gotten. It's been overwhelming, and I mean some incredible relationships I've developed with people over the past 6 years that no bit of experience in school or anything could ever match what I have experienced over the past 6 years. Like I said, it's been an incredible ride, and we're so appreciative of it.
Are you surprised at the interest in local history?
Well, based on the reaction that my father used to get from that Facebook page I referenced, I'm not particularly surprised at the interest from the people. Like I said, to go back to the local businesses, that's probably been the most surprising thing, is just how much they've jumped on board. And it works well for them But, we have a lot of people tell us that they just want to support something that's had such a positive impact on the community. So that makes us feel really good. So the people's interest in local history doesn't particularly surprise me, because we had a nice viewing of that before we even published.
Yeah, and somebody who has written about a lot of local history over the years, I'm not surprised either. There is Joe Bottini is a mutual
Right.
friend and business acquaintance for both of us, and he writes for you from time to time, right?
Correct, yes,
Yeah.
he does.
The Oneida County's official historian, and he is somebody that I've talked to many times about this. The greater Utica area, Oneida County, really does have such great history that rival anywhere in the country.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And it's funny because we actually have people quite often ask me, are you ever worried about running out of stories? Where do you come up with the material? And I don't even think we've scratched the surface, to be completely honest with you. I think if you had an entire lifetime to try to tell all the stories, you couldn't possibly get to all of them.
I remember when I was, Utica was celebrating its sesquicentennial many years ago, 1982, and I wrote a one column a week on Utica history.
Right.
And I remember the editors at the OD asked me, well, are you going to be able to sustain this once a week? And I said, that's not a problem.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's not
Absolutely.
a problem. I mean, I could write my daily column on that and never run out of stuff.
Certainly, yeah, and it's in every aspect of history you can think of. I mean, if you want to talk American history in terms of from the Revolutionary War, even before that, Native American settlers, to the Revolutionary War, to Civil War, all the way on up to the present day. Politics, I mean, we've had governors, we've had Vice President Sherman, who you can read about in the November issue of this month's magazine. Sports, I mean, you have Dave Cash, a MLB All-Star. Will Smith obviously was a Pro Bowler, and just the list goes on and on. So in almost every aspect of history you can think of, we have national ramifications.
When we come back, we'll talk about some of that. Brad Velarde is our guest. We're talking about Greater Utica Magazine. We're talking about local history. Short break, right back.